It has struck 7 o'clock and I continue to see the participants number jump. So as we go, I'll kind of keep reminding everybody of a few housekeeping things. But first and foremost, I want to welcome everyone to the 2020 SUSKYS. We hope you're all doing well and are enjoying this show from the comfort of your home with family and friends. There we go. It's so great to see so many people on here. And like I said, the numbers just keep jumping. So I'm excited to have everybody joining with us. I have just a few housekeeping things to note before we get started. First off, this show is being recorded. So due to privacy issues, please, if you're not a presenter, keep your video and audio off. You should actually already be muted by coming into this, but make sure your video is off. And if you would like to celebrate or comment about any of the awards or any of the award winners, please put that into the chat feature. And then secondly, we will have multiple speakers presenting tonight. So to fully enjoy the show, we recommend that you put the videos of our panelists into a single speaker view. You can do this by clicking on the top column of the panelists that you see on the right hand of your screen now. Then you can select the single bar, and then you can change it to a single speaker view. By doing this, only the presenter that is speaking will appear, and the content on the slides will not be blocked by the video. You can see an example of where to put the video on the screen now. It's in the upper right-hand corner of the slide. This space will be blank throughout all the slides for your convenience. So go ahead and move me into the upper right-hand corner of your screen. And I want to thank you all again for joining us. And now I want to warmly welcome President Green to share an opening message with us. So President Green, take it away.
Thank you, Rachel. Good evening, Riverhawks. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to the second annual SUSKYS. Please join me in thanking the students and staff who made tonight's celebration a virtual reality. I know how especially disappointing this year has been for our spring sport athletes, but I have been so impressed by the myriad ways you've continued to support each other, to celebrate your teams, teammates, coaches, trainers, and even your fans, which is why we are gathered here this evening. If I need a little pick-me-up, I just pour over Instagram for a few minutes because I know I will see postings of our student athletes. It is so invigorating to be reminded of the esprit de corps that is at the heart of Susquehanna, and it is an affirmation of how much of that pulse comes from all of you. Division III is what college sports is meant to be, students playing at a high level for the love of the game, the community of the team, and all of the ways sports contribute to their personal development on and off of the field or court. As the Roman poet Juvenal wrote, mens sana in corpore sano, a sound mind and a sound body. Susquehanna athletics epitomize this ideal. You are true scholar athletes, and as we celebrate your athletic achievements this evening, I want you to think about what you have learned about yourself as an SU athlete and what you've learned about yourself, your teammates, and coaches as we've navigated the past 2 months. Athletics teach us how to win graciously, how to lose with dignity, how to come from behind. They teach us how to confront adversity, how to become stronger, how to face our fears, and they teach us that diversity in all of its forms makes us better, that a true team is greater than the sum of its parts, and most importantly, they teach us to look out for each other. The separation of the past 8 weeks has given all of us a newfound appreciation of how much we value being with each other and how much we belong together. Tonight is a celebration of your accomplishments, but much more, it is a celebration of what it means to be a part of a great team, part of a great program, and part of a great university community. Tonight, we celebrate how lucky we are to call ourselves Riverhawks and how lucky we are to be Riverhawks together. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, President Green. Your welcome message has really started this event off in true Susquehanna spirit, so we appreciate that. With that being said, let's get this show started. So tonight you will witness the second annual SUSKYS. This award show highlights all of the amazing student athletes that make up a large part of our Susquehanna community. At the end of the show, we will share a highlight montage of all the top Susquehanna plays from the 2019 and 2020 seasons. And trust me, it's awesome. I get chills every time I watch it. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. We're going to start this evening with the presentation of our current SAAC executive team, and then we're going to introduce our newly elected executive group that will take over for the 2020-2021 academic year. So our current executive team is made up of 8 hardworking individuals who have diligently served the Susquehanna athletic community. I would like to give each of them a shout out for all the hard work that they have put in this year. This year's team included Personal Development Chair, Senior Mike Catala of Men's Lacrosse, Fundraising and Outreach Chair, Senior Katie Beluch of Women's Soccer, Community Service Chair, Senior Casey Bost of Women's Softball and Volleyball, Public Relations Chair, Junior Sydney Portali of Women's Volleyball, Secretary, Senior Libby Dex of Women's Lacrosse, Co-Vice President, Senior Eddie Shields of Football, Co-Vice President, Senior Morgan O'Hara of Women's Swim and Dive, and President, Senior Rachel Swieger of Women's Basketball. A huge thank you to this group for the resilience they've shown and the dedication that they have given to furthering SAAC, even in a virtual means. We have continued a strong legacy for the SAAC group, and I am so excited to see this new group that I am about to announce continue on with this. With that being said, our new SAAC executive team is bright, determined, and passionate. Here is your new executive team that has officially been inducted for the 2020-2021 academic year. Personal Development Chair, Rising Junior Amalia Esposito of Women's Basketball. Fundraising and Outreach Chair, Rising Senior Molly Schell of Women's Soccer. Community Service Chair, Rising Senior Taylor Evans of Women's Basketball. Public Relations Chair, Rising Junior Hannah McLucas of Women's Basketball. Secretary, Rising Senior Mary Velarde of Women's Lacrosse. Co-Vice President, Rising Junior Ella Moores of Women's Golf. Co-Vice President, Rising Senior Bryn Kukoski of Women's Volleyball. And your President, Rising Senior Sydney Portali of Women's Volleyball. A huge congratulations to each of you. We are excited to watch you take over as the new executive group for SAAC. The Susquehanna community supports you unconditionally, and we can't wait to see what you will achieve together. Now I'd like to turn it over to Coach Tabitha Bemis and Coach Nick Hoover to announce the SAAC Representatives of the Year Award.
Thank you, Rachel. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone for attending this evening. This event is really special to our student athletes and SAAC members. Despite not being able to have the SUSKYS as originally intended, I'm really proud of those who have helped put this together. I especially want to thank our current and future executive team members for their work to make this evening happen.
Although our time on campus has ended sooner than we anticipated, we still had a tremendous amount of involvement from our SAAC team. Through all the hard work and dedication that everyone has contributed, these are 2 representatives that have gone above and beyond as we, as a whole organization, are grateful for their contributions.
The vision of SAAC is to provide student-athlete leadership on campus and act as liaisons for our team with the athletic administration, coaches, and faculty on the Susquehanna campus. For these reasons, our first SAAC Representative of the Year is Senior Katie Beluch. I've had the opportunity to work with Katie for several years as a coach of the women's soccer team, and this past year was lucky enough to work with her as an advisor to SAAC. As a member of the executive team and chair of fundraising and outreach, Katie's work ethic, ambition, and ingenuity have been a major asset to the SAAC program over the length of her tenure. And this past year was no exception, implementing several programs and fundraising ideas such as organizing raffles, scheduling and overseeing tabling for gear sales, and leading fundraisers through local businesses like Panera Bread, Mod Pizza, and Chipotle. Katie has been critical in the effort to raise thousands of dollars in her time, lending support to our mission to represent student athletes and impact the community. I want to thank her for what she's done these past years, all while balancing the pursuit of excellence in the classroom as a Dean's List biomedical sciences major and on the field as an all-conference and all-region women's soccer player. Congratulations, Katie.
Over the past 3 years, SAAC has transitioned to a shared leadership model featuring an 8-member executive committee and 3 larger subcommittees. As change goes, adjustments are made, and leadership must adapt to the strengths of their team. The individual we are recognizing has been an outstanding leader on our executive board. By maximizing individual strengths and working collaboratively with each committee, she has not only led on campus and in person, but persevered through the challenges of planning events virtually. When faced with the question of canceling or adapting due to COVID-19, she chose to tackle the challenge every time. Her perseverance is a testament to her dedication to the bigger cause, and through all of these obstacles, she has truly defined what the role of SAAC president should look like. Her dedication to SAAC is highlighted by past and current roles as the Personal Development Chair and President. Through determined professionalism, she has led the charge to bring a mental health speaker to campus, coordinated the Hawk 2.0 tournament, represented our organization at landmark conference meetings, and directed successful fundraisers, events, and apparel sales. She played a pivotal role in last year's inaugural SUSKYS, and this year she coordinated the nomination period, marketing and promotion of the virtual event, managing the logistics of presentation slides, finding presenters, collecting nominations, and producing the highest quality voting ballot for coaches and student athletes, all while working from home. We are gathered on Zoom today as a direct result of her rising to the challenge. And for that, we say thank you to SAAC Representative of the Year, Madam President, Rachel Sweeger.
All right, congratulations to both of you. Now, to present the next set of awards for this evening, I'd like to introduce the voice of Susquehanna Riverhawk Athletics. From announcing swim and track meets to being the public address announcer for volleyball and basketball, this man is an integral part of the Susquehanna athletics community, and we are so lucky to have him here this evening to help us out. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Ferlazzo.
Thank you very much, Nick, and congratulations to all of the student athletes for another successful year of Riverhawks athletics. Your teams achieved standout wins against rivals, made conference tournament appearances, earned conference championships, made NCAA appearances, achieved incredible team rankings, and broken school records. You all continue to set the bar incredibly high and make the athletics department very proud of you. We'd like to extend a special gratitude also to our spring athletes who, of course, had their seasons end far too soon. The Susquehanna Athletics Department is extremely proud of your resilience, support of one another, and your courage. As a whole, we sympathize with you. With that said, spring athletes are still considered for the following awards by combining their achievements from the 2020 season and the 2019 season. We have selected male and female student athletes from each grade level to be recognized for their exceptional play. So let's begin. The First Year of the Year award is awarded to a male and female with first year academic standing showing exceptional play in their varsity athletic season. The 2020 female nominees are Emily Wirtz from women's soccer, Haley Muth from women's swimming and diving, Kaylin Carter from women's cross country and women's track and field, Rosina Esposito from women's volleyball. And your 2020 female first year of the year recipient is Rosina Esposito. Rosina was an ABCA All-America Honorable Mention, an ABCA All-East Region First Team, Landmark Conference Rookie of the Year. She was All-Landmark First Team. She was 17th in Division III in kills in the final statistics and 27th in Division III in service aces. Congratulations certainly to Rosina. The 2020 male nominees are David Gilchrist, football, Devin Peart from men's golf, Isaiah Blatt from men's track and field, Jaden Corrigan from men's swimming and diving. And there was a tie for this category. So we have two male first year of the year worthy athletes. Your 2020 male first year of the year recipients are David Gilchrist and Isaiah Blatt. David, tied for the team lead with 2 interceptions, was 9th on the team with 28 total tackles, including 18 solo tackles, and was the team defensive rookie of the year. Isaiah was all Landmark Conference 2nd team in the pole vault. He was 10th at the All-Atlantic Region Track and Field Championships in the 4x2 and finished ranked 1st in the Landmark Conference in pole vault and 19th in long jump. Certainly congratulations to David and Isaiah. We now move forward in terms of class year to our sophomores or our second years. The Sophomore of the Year award is awarded to a male and female with second-year academic standing, showing exceptional play in their varsity athletic season. The 2020 female nominees are Anna Lee Smith from field hockey, Anna Werner from women's soccer, Amalia Esposito from women's basketball, and Mary Clendenin from women's soccer. And your 2020 Sophomore of the Year recipient is Marley Clendenin. Marley was a USC All Mid-Atlantic Region 2nd team. She was All Landmark Conference 1st team. She helped the SU defense lead the Landmark Conference in team goals against average and shutouts. She added a goal and an assist, and she actually netted the game winner in a 3-1 win over Drew. Congratulations to Marley. The 2020 male nominees are Danny Fronheim from men's basketball, Eric Taus from men's swimming and diving, Lucas Urasitz from men's basketball, and Michael Rush from football. And your 2020 male Sophomore Year of the Year recipient is Eric Taus. Eric set individual school records in the 100 and 200 backstroke. He was part of school records in the 400 freestyle and 400 medley relays. He set the SU pool record in the 200 backstroke. He's a 2-time defending Landmark Conference champion in the 100 and the 200 backstroke. He's all Landmark Conference 2nd team in the 200 individual medley, and he swam the 2nd fastest time in program history in the 200 IM. Congratulations to Eric. Moving forward, ahead in terms of academic seniority to our juniors now, or our 3rd-year student athletes. Of course, the Junior of the Year award is awarded to a male and female with 3rd-year academic standing, showing exceptional play in their varsity athletic season. The 2020 female nominees are Kate Ross from women's track and field and women's soccer, Lizzie Haristofa of volleyball, Sarah Arbogast of women's track and field, and Sydney Portali from volleyball. And your female Junior of the Year recipient is Kate Ross. Kate played in 19 games with 8 starts this season. She was 4th on the team with 4 goals and 8 points. In indoor track and field, she was a USTF CCCA All Mid-East Region in the 800 meters, where she ranked 27th in Division III. She ranked 2nd in the Landmark Conference in the 800 meter as well, was 4th in the Landmark Conference in the mile. She ranked 7th in the conference in the 400 meters, was All Atlantic Region at the Track and Field Championships, winning the 800 meters, and she was part of a school record DMR, which is distance medley relay, taking 2nd in that event. At the Landmark Conference Championship, she was All Landmark Conference 2nd team in the 800 meters, 3rd in the mile. She was part of the 4th place 4x400 meter relay team, and also was part of a school record setting 4x800 meter relay team. Congratulations to Kate. So the 2020 male nominees now are Brett Walker from men's swimming and diving, Davion Ellington from football and men's track and field, Matt LaCourte from men's basketball, and Steve Lorenz from baseball. And your 2020 male Junior of the Year recipient is Davion Ellington. Davion was at the CFB Network Division III All-American second team selection. He was a D3Football.com All-South Region second team. He was All Centennial Conference first team. At the Centennial MAC Bowl game, he was the most valuable player. He set single game records with 6 touchdowns and 36 points in that game. He led the Centennial Conference with 19 rushing touchdowns. That ranked 7th in Division III. His 1,235 rushing yards were 16th in Division III, as was his 6.7 yards per carry average. He scored 114 points. That was 16th in Division III, 10.4 points per game, which ranked 21st in the nation, and his 112.3 yards per game was also 22nd in Division III. Congratulations to Davion. And finally now, on to our seniors, or the student athletes who have completed their collegiate careers as Riverhawks. The Senior of the Year award is, of course, awarded to a male or female with senior or fourth-year academic standing, showing exceptional play in their varsity athletic season. The 2020 female nominees are Erin Reese from women's cross country and track and field, Hunter Pittman from field hockey, Casey Bosch from volleyball and softball, and Lindsay Pugh from volleyball. And your 2020 female Senior of the Year recipient is Hunter Pittman. Hunter set landmark conference career records and goals with 73 and points with 164. Those were also Susquehanna career records, while ranking 6th in assists with 18. She's an NFHCA All-South Atlantic Region first team, Landmark Conference Player of the Year, All Landmark Conference first team at forward. She led the Landmark in goals with 21, points with 46, shots with 78, and game-winning goals with 8. Congratulations to Hunter. And now on to the 2020 male nominees. They are Chris Petrasky of men's track and field, Craig Romez of football and baseball, Daniel Shelton of football and men's track and field, Tyson Thrush of baseball, and Zach Connect of men's basketball. And your 2020 male Senior of the Year recipient is Craig Romez. Craig, in football, was at the CFB Network All-America first team, a D3Football.com All-South Region second team selection. He was All Centennial Conference first team, led Division III with 6 fumble recoveries, was 21st in Division III with 0.36 forced fumbles, led the Centennial with 4 forced fumbles while ranking 4th with 8 sacks and 15.5 tackles for loss. He scored 4 of the team's 5 defensive touchdowns. And in baseball this year, he was 4th in the Landmark Conference with 5 doubles and 8th with 10 RBIs in that shortened season. Congratulations to Craig. Now, Craig will share a brief statement with us.
Hi, sorry. I would just like to thank everyone, my family, my coaches, and my teammates for allowing me to be part of that team. And thank you to everyone, and congrats to everyone that was nominated, and congrats to everyone that won an award.
Congratulations once again, Craig. Now we'd like to recognize a female and male student athlete who excel not only on the field, but off the field too. The Student Athlete of the Year award is awarded to a male and female student athlete regardless of academic class year, showing exceptional play, sportsmanship, and academic standing during the 2019-2020 school year. The 2020 female nominees are Amalia Esposito from women's basketball, Erin Reese from women's cross country and track and field, Hunter Pittman from field hockey, and Sydney Portali from volleyball. And your 2020 Female Student Athlete of the Year recipient is Sydney Portali. Sydney was an AVCA first team All-American. She was an AVCA East Region Player of the Year, an AVCA All East Region selection. She was the Landmark Conference Player of the Year, All Landmark first team. She finished 19th in the NCAA Division III standings, or statistics and kills. She led the Landmark Conference in hitting percentage while ranking 4th in kills per set. She was also part of the Landmark Conference Fall Academic Honor Roll and was a 2019-2020 SAAC Public Relations Chair. And as you just heard, also will be next year's SAAC President. Congratulations to Sydney. The 2020 male nominees are Chris Petrasky from men's track and field, Craig Romez from football and baseball, Daniel Shelton from football and men's track and field, and Lucas Jurasitz from men's basketball. And your 2020 male Student Athlete of the Year recipient is Chris Petrasky. Chris indoors was an NCAA qualifier in the heptathlon. He finished 14th in Division III in that event and was also 39th in the long jump. He's a USTF CCCA All Mid-East Region pick in the heptathlon and long jump. He was a Landmark Conference Field Athlete of the Year 4 times, so every year. Second in the heptathlon at All Atlantic Region Track and Field, and set a school record there with 4,893 points. He was a Landmark Conference champion in the high jump and the long jump, and All Landmark Conference second team in the triple jump. Outdoors, he was also USTF CCCA All Mid-East Region in the high jump. He was a Landmark Conference Field Athlete of the Year, a Landmark Conference champion in high jump and triple jump, and also All Landmark second team as part of a 4x400 meter relay team and the long jump. Congratulations to Chris. And certainly congratulations to all of our Athlete of the Year recipients and nominees. Your achievements and successes have been essential to the overall success of your programs. So the next award will acknowledge another essential piece to any team. Our coaches work hard to help provide ways for student athletes to reach their greatest level of potential. The Coach of the Award, it will be awarded to a male team and female team coach that's achieved a career milestone, has had great success in the 2019-2020 seasons, or any combination of those two proposed criteria. The female team Coach of the Year nominees are Coach Gabby Holko from women's basketball, Coach Nick Hoover from women's soccer, and Coach Kuipo Tom from volleyball. And your 2020 female Coach of the Year recipient is Coach Kuipo Tom. Coach Tom garnered AVCA East Region Coach of the Year and Landmark Conference Coach of the Year honors after coaching the Riverhawks to a program record 32 wins, the program's first ever NCAA championship win in the program's second NCAA bid. The program also had its first ever win over Juniata and scored the program's first ever #1 seed in the conference playoffs. Additionally, Susquehanna broke into the top 25 for the first time ever, reaching as high as number 16 before finishing the season at number 20 in the final AVCA poll. Coach Tom coached 4 All-Americans, 4 All-Region players, 5 All-Landmark selections, the East Region Player of the Year in Sydney Portali. She was also the Landmark Conference Player of the Year. The Landmark Conference Specialist of the Year was Lizzie Haristofa, and the Landmark Rookie of the Year in Rosina Esposito. Congratulations to Coach Tom. Now Coach Tom will share a brief statement with us. Coach Tom.
Thanks, Mike, and thanks everybody for the recognition. But as any good coach knows, none of this happens without the alumni that came before us, that forged the path to set the tone for the program in a direction that they felt that it could go in. I was just fortunate enough to be able to steer this and get it to where we are right now, and we're not done. It can't get done without the athletes that we had, and as you can see, all of those folks that got the accolades at the end of Mike's introduction there are the people that got us to where we had to go. And we couldn't have got there without the support of the athletic staff, without all the people that help us to to get to where we were looking to go, that we thought we could, to break into the top 25 was a great honor. But one of the things that I've been able to observe over the years, and it falls back on a Charles Darwin observation, and that is it's not the strongest of the species that survives, and it's not the smartest of the species that survives, but rather it's the species that's able to adapt. And that was the feel all the way through this year, was we had to adapt to a lot of things. And the successes that we reached were because we could adapt to the things that were thrown in our way. And as I look at that on a bigger scale, I think about you and all you student athletes and everything that you're going through right now. I can't imagine what it feels like to be you right now, but I know that just as our team and our program has had to adapt to be successful, that every one of you are doing the same thing. You're adapting to whatever this thing is, new normal, whatever you want to call it. You're adapting to it. You're going to have one heck of a story to tell when you get to the end of this thing and say that you have survived probably the biggest non-military threat to humankind. And I think that that is a life lesson that you're going to be able to take into your sport and take through the rest of your life. Keep on adapting. Forward Susquehanna, Imua, SUVB, and thank you.
Thank you, Coach Tom, and congratulations once again. The male team Coach of the Year nominees now are Coach Frank Marcinick from men's basketball, Coach Ethan Senegal from track and field and cross country, and Coach Michael Tubb from swimming and diving. And your 2020 male team Coach of the Year recipient is Coach Frank Marcinick. Coach Marcinick and his staff picked up the program's 4th Landmark Conference Coaching Staff of the Year award after leading the Riverhawks to the #1 seed in the Landmark Conference Championship Tournament and the program's first ever Landmark Conference title. Susquehanna advanced to the NCAA second round in the program's 8th NCAA tournament bid. He coached a City of Basketball Love All-Area Third Team selection in Danny Fronheim and 3 All-Landmark Conference players. The team ranked 4th in the final NCAA Division III statistics in steals and turnover margin, 7th in turnovers forced, and also 8th in steals per game. Once again, congratulations to Coach Marcinick, and he'll now also share a few words with us.
Thank you, Mike. First, I'd like to really thank participants from SAAC, Rachel Swigger, who's the president, who's just done a fabulous job in leading the SAAC over the last year. Nick and Tabitha, the work you've done with SAAC has been phenomenal. Back in the day, I was a SAAC advisor, and I have never done the work that you guys have done. Mike, it's great to have you as the MC of this. We go back a long time, and if anybody bleeds orange and maroon on May 1st, which is Orange and Maroon Day, you're the guy. These awards aren't accomplished. This is more of a tribute to my team and to my staff than it is to me. I always tell people I haven't made a basket in about 45 years. So the players and my assistant coaches are the ones that deserve this award. The thing that I'm most proud of about this team, and I think it's a great lesson for all our student athletes and for our coaches, is it's all about the we, not about me. We had the absolute best chemistry, best culture, and the best synergy of any team I've coached. And as a result, we've accomplished some great things. As we look at this crazy, crazy world we're in, I think back to the last time that we were all together, and it was a celebration in O.W. Hout's Gymnasium, where we played the University of Scranton and won the Landmark Conference Championship. And that championship was won not by me, not by my team, but by Susquehanna University. And the support we had campus-wide through the season, through the Landmark Conference Championship was phenomenal. And again, it's a nice opportunity for me to say thank you. The the fun I have doing my job is almost unfair. I can't tell you how much I enjoy coaching my players, being around them. They keep me young, keep me vibrant, and it's awesome. To our overall group of senior athletes, my heart does go out to you. I know how hard you work, how committed you are, and the spring sport athletes that didn't get a chance to compete on the field, for all the work that you have put in. Again, words cannot describe my feelings and my thanks to you. So to my players, to my assistant coaches, to Crystal and Jim Finley, our administrators, to Nyram, to everybody that's involved from our support staff in the training room, equipment manager Brandon, thank you. This award is greatly appreciated, but it's all about, as I said, it's not about me, it's about we. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank, and congratulations once again to both you and our coaches and student athletes on a notable year. Susquehanna athletics has been one of my great passions since 1987, as Frank just told you. I go back a ways. And this year was truly exceptional in terms of the accomplishments, both on and off the field of competition. It has been my true pleasure to help honor you all tonight. Right now, I'll be turning the show back over to Coach Nick Hoover, Coach Tabitha Bemis, and SAAC President Rachel Swigger to continue on with our academic awards. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mike, for being with us this evening and for being such an amazing and essential part of our athletic community. Now, one of the recurring reasons students choose to participate in the Division III level is because of the academic excellence they can pursue alongside competing full-time. The following academic awards will recognize the teams and individuals who are top academic achievers.
We will first recognize the top achieving female and male student athlete on each team. The female recipients for the 2020 highest GPA academic awards are as follows. Give me 1 second. We're going to switch ahead to the GPA here, if that's okay. We're going to kind of fly off the seat. So here we go. Women's basketball, junior Maddie Welliver. Cheerleading, sophomore Brooke Weaver. Women's cross country and track and field, sophomores Callie Rohrer and first year Megan McDonald. Field hockey, sophomores Katie Koch and first year Abby Rice. Women's golf, sophomore Ella Morris. Women's lacrosse, first year Lauren Tarafe. Women's soccer, first year Emily Wirtz. Softball, sophomores Katie Koch and first year Rosemarie Marabella. Women's swimming, junior Brooke Bowes, junior Olivia Lee, and first year Julia Adams. Women's tennis, first year Grace Tepes. And volleyball, senior Casey Bost.
Now we're going to move on to the male recipients for the 2020 highest GPA academic awards, and they are as follows. Baseball, first year Landon Ness. Basketball, for men's basketball, sophomore Jack Van Sickle. Men's cross country and track and field, sophomore John Sabella. Football, sophomore Elijah Hoffman. Men's golf, first year Devin Peart. Men's lacrosse, sophomore Logan Frank. Men's soccer, first year Raphael Thibault. Men's swimming, senior Shane Sullivan. And men's tennis, first year John Duncan. Congratulations to all of you for your outstanding academic achievements. Next, we will recognize the top achieving teams in the SU athletic department that have the highest cumulative GPA for the 2019-2020 academic year. And the male team with the highest cumulative GPA is men's tennis with a cumulative GPA of a 3.453.
The female team with the highest cumulative GPA is women's volleyball with a cumulative GPA of 3.565. Congratulations to all of our academic award recipients. Thank you for putting the student and student athlete. Now, Rachel will carry on with our academic awards.
Thanks, Coach Bemis. So this type of success in the classroom would not be possible without the unconditional support from teachers, faculty, and staff of Susquehanna. The Mentor of the Year award will be awarded to a professor, staff, or faculty member of the Susquehanna community who continuously supports and encourages student athletes in the classroom and on the playing field. We would like to recognize 5 mentors as recipients of this award who have positively impacted the academic and athletic experience for student athletes at Susquehanna. Our Mentor of the Year recipients are Dr. Emma Fleck, Associate Professor of Management and Marketing, Department Head of Management and Marketing in the Sigmund Weiss School of Business, and now a 2-time recipient of this award. Professor Harvey Edwards, Teacher in Residence and Adjunct Faculty in the English and Creative Writing Department. Dr. Michael Oslansky, Assistant Professor of Accounting in the Sigmund Weiss School of Business. Professor John Foltz, Lecturer of Communications in the Communications Department. And Dr. Michael Para, Assistant Professor of Chemistry in the Chemistry Department. Thank you all for being willing to support our student athletes in the classroom and on the playing field. We are extremely grateful for the growth and success that you share with us. Congratulations. The athletic community would also like to take this time to thank Naira Moran for everything she has done since joining the Riverhawk family. She has gone above and beyond to make each team feel equal and special. She has helped tremendously throughout the creation of the SUSKYS as well. Thank you, Naira. You are truly the GOAT. With that being said, we are already halfway through our show. As a reminder, and for those of you who may just be joining us, be sure to stay tuned until the end of the show to see an awesome highlight reel of all the successes that our sports team have achieved in the 2019 and 2020 season. Huge thank you to Jack and Berja who created the video for us. And trust me, like I said earlier, you don't want to miss it. So continuing with the show, I am happy to pass our next category of awards to senior women's volleyball and softball player Casey Bost and junior women's volleyball player Sydney Portali, who will present the Superlative Awards.
Thanks, Rachel. The Superlative Awards will highlight and recognize other areas of the SU athletic experience. To begin, we will highlight our dual sport or multi-sport athletes. The 2-for-1 award is awarded to 1 male and 1 female student athlete who participate in multiple sports at SU and excel in each of the seasons they compete in. The female nominees for the 2-for-1 award are Casey Bost of volleyball and softball, Kate Ross of women's soccer and women's track and field, Katie Koch of field hockey and softball, Madison Welver of women's soccer and women's basketball, and Sarah Gallahan of women's soccer and women's swim and dive. And your 2020 female recipient for the 2-for-1 award is Casey Bost. In volleyball, Casey was 16th in the landmark in digs and 23rd in landmark in digs per set, and she received the COSIDA Academic All-District First Team in volleyball. In softball 2020, she was 5th in landmark in stolen bases and home runs, and in 2020, she received all landmark first team honors and ranked 3rd in the landmark in doubles and triples. Congratulations, Casey. Next, the male nominees for the 2-for-1 award are Chance Singleton of football and men's track and field, Craig Rumez of football and baseball, Davion Ellington of football and men's track and field, Daniel Shelton of football and men's track and field, and Robert Marks of football and men's track and field. And your 2020 male recipient for the 2-for-1 award is Daniel Shelton of football and men's track and field. In football, Daniel was a finalist for the Cliff Harris Small College Defensive Player of the Year Award. He received AFCA All-American First Team honors at defensive back, D3Football.com All-American First Team at cornerback, All-Centennial First Team selection at defensive back, and was team MVP. In indoor track and field, he was ranked 7th in the landmark 60-meter. In outdoor track, he earned all landmark second team honors in the 4x1 and finished 5th at landmark championships in the 100-meter. Daniel has requested us to share this statement on his behalf of accepting this award. I would like to thank God first. I am very blessed to have received this award. I want this to honor the senior class. Through constant dedication of our craft, we were able to leave Susquehanna in better hands than it was when we first came in. I am proud to say I was captain for 2 years and a player on 4 outstanding teams. Thank you. And congratulations, Daniel. Up next is the Pillars Award. This award is given to 1 male and 1 female student athlete who emulate the 3 Susquehanna pillars of achieve, lead, and serve. The female nominees for the Pillars Award are Kira Middleton, field hockey, Erin Reese, cross country and track and field, Casey Bost, of volleyball and softball, and Rachel Swieger, women's basketball. And your 2020 female recipient for the Pillars Award is Rachel Swieger of women's basketball. Rachel is a team captain, president of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. She is a Stein Fellow, a member of Sigma Nu Tau, the Entrepreneurship Honor Society. Congratulations, Rachel. Next, the male nominees for the Pillars Award are David Grove of men's swimming and diving, Donovan Gales of men's track and field, Ian Reish of men's tennis, and Michael Atala of men's lacrosse. And your 2020 male recipient for the Pillars Award is Donovan Gales of men's track and field. Donovan is the president of the Student Government Association. He is a presidential fellow and a Stanford University Innovations Fellow. He is a member of Phi Beta Sigma and is a member of the O Team. He is a senior community assistant and on the Landmark Academic Honor Roll. Donovan will now join us to say a brief statement for accepting this award.
I was muted, my bad. I just want to first of all, give my kudos to SAAC. You guys have done a wonderful job putting this together, so thank you for that. And secondly, shout out to the senior class. You know, it's a terrible time, tremendous time, but, you know, we're all putting it together and putting the work in. And finally, I'd like to thank friends, family, my grace to God for putting me in this position. And thank you all for the nominations and for the honor. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Donovan. Now, Casey Bost will announce the Game Face Award.
Thanks, Sydney. The Game Face Award was derived from the hashtag Game Face Challenge that has recently circulated on social media. It will be awarded to a male and female student athlete who has a stellar game face that is captured in an action shot or a photograph. These pictures definitely speak for themselves, so we can put them up. The female nominees for the Game Face Award are senior Caroline Bemis for volleyball, Caroline Ray for women's lacrosse, Marley Clendon from women's soccer, and Olivia Park from women's soccer. And the 2020 female recipient of the Game Face Award is Marley Clendon from women's soccer. Congrats, Marley, that's a nice game face. And now moving on to the male nominees for the Game Face Award. They are, on our left is Bryce Butler of men's basketball. And on our right is Jack Imburgia from swimming and diving. And the 2020 male recipient of the Game Face Award is Bryce Butler from men's basketball. That's a stellar game face. Congratulations to all of our superlative winners. You are an important part of what makes the athletic culture at Susquehanna so unique. I would now like to welcome Crystal Gibson, Interim Athletic Director, to deliver the final awards of the evening.
Thank you, Casey, and congrats to all of our recipients and nominees thus far. And to SAAC, you've done a tremendous job putting this together. I know that has been said many times, but I want to reemphasize that. As mentioned at the beginning of the show, our teams have done incredible things this year, and our athletic department as a whole is extremely proud of each and every achievement. This next category will highlight some of those amazing accomplishments. The Individual Play of the Year Award specifically recognizes a top play or record-breaking accomplishment achieved by an individual student athlete on an SU team. The top nominees are Chris Petrasky, who finished second in the Atlantic Region Championships, where he broke his own school record and became ranked at 13th in all of Division III. Davion Ellington, who broke a single game SU touchdown record with 6 touchdowns scored in an 86-24 MAC Bowl championship win against Wilkes University. Eric Taus, he beat his own record 3 separate times in 3 races at the 2020 Conference Championships, which included first place finishes in both the 100 and 200 backstroke. Hunter Pittman set this landmark career and Susquehanna career records in goals with 73 and points with 164 scored. Stephanie Dowling, who achieved the 100-goal milestone and currently sits at 121 goals on her career. And finally, Tyson Thrush, who set the school record with 16 strikeouts in a single game to help the team to a 6-1 win over Baldwin Wallace. And the student athlete receiving the Individual Player of the Year award is Tyson Thrush of baseball. Congrats, Tyson, on your incredible achievement. You've made your team and our athletic community very proud. Next, we will go to the Team Play of the Year, which is awarded specifically recognizes a top play of a game or record-breaking accomplishment achieved by a team within the SU athletic department. The top nominees are men's basketball, with their defeat over the Royals of Scranton in the conference finals to claim their first landmark conference championship in program history. This also secured them a spot in the NCAA tournament. Women's basketball, who defeated Elizabethtown 81-73 with their first win over E-Town in conference in the last 4 years. This win helped the team to double their win totals from the prior season. Football, with an amazing comeback win against number 7 Johns Hopkins at Johns Hopkins, defeating the Blue Jays 28-27 by scoring a touchdown pass during the final drive in regulation. Women's track and field, who placed second at the 2020 Indoor Landmark Championships. And last but not least, women's volleyball, who defeated the Juniata Eagles for the first time in school history, 43 years to be exact. This win helped the Riverhawks surpass Juniata and claim their first regular season conference title and take the number 1 seed, which gave them home court advantage going into the conference championship. And the team receiving the Team Play of the Year award is men's basketball. Congratulations to Coach Frank and the team on this amazing accomplishment. That certainly was an exciting game. Well, we've come to what we call the closing parts of it, but again, we still have that lovely video montage coming up at the end, so stay tuned. What a special night it has been. I would first like to thank SAAC again for putting together a fantastic event to honor all of Riverhawk athletics. It has been a year of many, many ups and some downs, but through it all, the strength of our student athletes has shined. Watching all year how our students have come together to cheer on and support their peers has been incredible. From witnessing an incredible comeback victory for our football team at Centennial foe Johns Hopkins, to watching volleyball dethrone Juniata for their first time ever, claiming the landmark regular season title, to witnessing records being shattered at landmark swimming and diving championships, and again at track and field championships, to the men's basketball team capturing their first ever landmark championship. This year alone, on the backs of our hard work of our coaches and student athletes, Susquehanna has rose to the championship level once again. We sent individuals and teams to the national championships representing Susquehanna University. You, our student athletes, continue to contribute to a long-standing championship tradition on and off the playing arenas. While I would be remiss to say how disheartening it was for our spring seasons to be cut short due to the pandemic, it was even harder to have to communicate the end of collegiate careers to our spring senior student athletes. However, you continue to make us proud. As you move on to the next phase of your lives, education, and careers, know you will always have a home here at Susquehanna. I am extremely proud to call myself a Riverhawk. Thank you all for watching, and please enjoy the 2019-2020 video honoring Riverhawk athletics.
Fly ball to left field, hit well. Pinto going back to the wall, and it's gone. High fly ball to left, and Pinto going back again, and it's back-to-back home runs.
The ball goes into Welliver. Welliver with a drive is good. Susquehanna.
No balls, one strike. Kiara Bryant strokes one towards right field. Fair or foul. That's a fair ball. Down the right field line. One in. The second run is in. Around third as she clears the bases. The runner at first. One ball, one strike, and a tapper back to the mound. Fielded by Carey, and the game is over. Susquehanna has won the Landmark Conference Championship.
So thank you again, everybody that's on here. Thank you so much for coming and joining us. Like I just put in the chat, this video will be uploaded onto our Instagram right after this event, so you can watch it over and over again like I do. It really brings a bittersweet and emotional just presence to the situation that we're in right now. So continue to support each other and continue to stay safe and take care. Thank you all again.